Hey everybody on YouTube, Striper Vince 1 here with a long-awaited follow-up about my Bigfoot sighting that I saw in the swamp 6 years ago. It was 2014, I think it was. I was out pig hunting one day in the winter, and I'm doing a selfie out in the woods. I had my Galaxy S3, and I'm doing a selfie, and the front camera is only a 2 megapixel. So something caught my eye, maybe 200 feet away. So I turned the camera around and said, "What the fuck is that?" It looked just like a gorilla climbing up a tree. Bigfoot. So I didn't really pay much mind to it. I only had it on the camera maybe for about 10 seconds or so. And then I turned it around and whatever, I lost interest. I couldn't really tell what it was. It was a bright sunny day. I had dark glasses on, so I couldn't see. When I looked back a minute later on the phone, I couldn't really see what it was until I got home. And then I saw the video and I said, wow, this is something interesting. So I live in Central Florida, and I live on the cusp of the largest unbroken patch of land in Florida. 230 miles. I could walk from my backyard all the way to Miami, literally, the Everglades or Alligator Alley, and not cross one road. I would be in the top of the Kissimmee River Basin, the chain of lakes, by the Everglades Trail. So I could take a 2-3 week hike if I wanted and go all the way down to the Everglades without crossing one paved road, literally. About 100 miles south of where I live would be US 60 by Vero Beach, and that's the only paved road that goes east-west in Central Florida. But if you were in the Kissimmee River Basin, the road goes over, so you would be underneath that. But anyway, this is some of the still pictures. Now I have, if you look on YouTube, you'll find out about a minute, 20-second video of the original sighting. Now this is some of the things, this is some of the land that's behind my house. Look at this. There is so much land there. I mean, it's endless, literally endless. And who knows what's back there. I mean, it's full of alligators and herds of pigs. I've seen pigs back there as big as Volkswagens. I mean, the gigantic. Bobcats, there's bears, there's all kinds of shit, rattlesnakes, water moccasins. So check this out. Let's see if we can get a... Now I took my SIM card. Look at this wilderness. This is amazing. There's so much wilderness there. I'm trying to give you a good idea of what's out there. I'm trying to give you an idea. I took, for comparison, a picture of a gorilla and a picture of the Bigfoot that I saw up in the tree. We're going to call it a Bigfoot. Make the video interesting. That's what it is, it's a Bigfoot. We all know they exist, so it's a Bigfoot. Look at that. Look at the difference. There is no difference. Now, bears climb trees, but they don't sit upright on branches. You can see this branch. This is a bent over tree. Here's the tree top. Now, what would bend a tree like that? A hurricane or something like that would snap it or break it. There's no other trees down in the vicinity. Look at that. This thing was bent on purpose like this so that something could climb up it. This Bigfoot lives in this tree probably. Look at this. You can see it's arched. All right, let's see. Let's go to a better picture. Now, these are stills that I blew up from the micro SD card. I sent it off to a lab in California that specializes in clarifying and, getting better video enhancement. But being that it was only a 2 megapixel camera, they really couldn't do much with it. They enhanced the colors a little bit, but they couldn't really, enlarge the picture without it getting, distorted. Now, it was near a lake. I passed by this lake out there, and I can't find it again. Like I said, this was 6 years ago. I've been back there a few times since, looking for the same area. and I just cannot remember where it was. Those woods are so intense, you could spin around and get lost in there. If you get lost in there, you're doomed if you don't know what you're doing. Now, I'm pretty decent with sense of direction, plus I mark the trees with chalk. I have a GPS and all that stuff. But it was right near this lake. Look, a pterodactyl flying by. Looks like the lake that time forgot. Anyway, look at that wilderness. That's insane. I mean, you don't want to get lost back there with alligators and rattlesnakes and water moccasins. But this is the best picture I have. It's the clearest. I don't know if you could see it real well. Let's see if we could. And see, the more you blow it up, the more distorted it gets. But that's a gorilla. I mean, it was as big as a person. It was not like a little chimpanzee. I mean, it's a Bigfoot. It's definitely a Bigfoot. Look at that. It's sitting on a branch. Now, pigs don't climb trees, and the only other thing big and black in the woods like that would be a bear. But bears can't sit with their ass on a thing like that, balancing, 30 feet up in the air. They could climb across it with all fours, and they could climb straight up trees, but a bear couldn't sit like that. So, what could it be? It's got to be some kind of primate. So, tell me what you think, folks. I put this on here. Go watch the original video. It's on my YouTube page here. You got to look down about maybe 40. I got about 75 videos. Most of them are gun, motorcycle videos. And you got to look for it. It says Bigfoot. So it's on there on Striper Vince 1. So this is the follow-up. I just wanted to clarify it. I should have done this years ago, actually. But I never got around. I didn't know how to do this. So my wife gave me some ideas tonight on take pictures and talk on the video. So that's what I'm doing. So I'd like to hear some input, see what you think. All right? Okay, everybody have a good night.